Hi, welcome to Stories with Sam and Sid.
Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Sid.
What are we going to read today?
Well, we're going to read a Japanese folktale called Momotaro.
Wow.
It's also known in English as Little Peachling. That's because Momo is the Japanese word for peach.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's so cool.
Yeah, and Taro is a really popular boy's name in Japan.
Wow.
So, Momotaro.
Here we go. Sounds good.
Okay, here we go. Momotaro. A long, long time ago, in a quiet corner of Japan, there lived an old man and an old woman. They had never had any children, and they were very, very lonely.
That's too bad.
Every day, the old man went to the mountains to gather firewood, while the old woman washed clothes in the nearby stream. One day, while the wife was washing their clothes, a great big peach came tumbling and splashing down the stream. When the old woman saw it, she was very surprised and happy, and pulled it to her with a piece of bamboo. She picked it up, but with great difficulty, as the peach was very heavy. She then quickly finished her washing and returned home to show the great peach to her husband. However, she waited until the old man came home before she ate the peach.
Nice lady.
When she cut the peach in two, she cried, "What a tasty treat!" But at the very moment that the peach split in two, out came a sweet little boy from within the peach pit.
What kind of peach is that?
It's a Momotaro peach.
Whoa.
The old couple were very startled at first, but quickly became overjoyed at having been blessed with a child. The old couple rejoiced and named their child Momotaro because he came out of a peach. As both the old people took care of him, he grew and became strong and powerful. The old couple had their expectation raised, and so they bestowed still more care on his education.
Momotaro continued to grow strong. One day, Momotaro heard about the ogres on Onigashima, or Ogres Island.
Yikes.
These ogres spread fear among all his countrymen and stole all the riches of the Japanese people.
Oh, those ogres.
Terrible. At this time, finding that he excelled in strength, Momotaro determined to cross over to Onigashima, drive away the ogres, take their riches, absolutely, and come back.
Good boy.
He at once consulted with the old man and the old woman about the matter. At first, they were very surprised and worried, but Momotaro insisted so earnestly that they finally gave in to his pleas.
That's good.
They prepared some dumplings for Momotaro to eat on his journey.
He needs strength.
He does, to deal with those nasty ogres. Then he put them in his pouch. Momotaro made every kind of preparation for his journey to the island of the ogres and set out, as his old parents watched him leave.
That's kind of sad.
The strong young man set off in high spirits. At the edge of the village, he met a dog who came up to his side and said, "Momotaro, what have you there hanging in your bag, and where are you going?" He replied, "I'm off to Onigashima, and I have some of the very best Japanese millet dumplings." "Oh, give me one and I will go with you," said the dog. So Momotaro took a dumpling out of his pouch and gave it to the dog.
Nice.
The hungry dog gobbled down the dumpling and became Momotaro's steadfast companion. Then a monkey came and got one of the delicious dumplings, and in the same manner and joined the little gang. A pheasant also came flying by and said, "Give me a dumpling too."
Everybody's hungry.
Everyone's starving. I don't know if these dumplings are going to go around. It's not all you can eat. "And I will go along with you." So all three went along with Momotaro.
Oh, very nice. Well, in no time, they arrived at the island of the ogres and found a large gate blocking their path. The pheasant flew over the gate and unlocked it from inside.
Smart little pheasant. Perfect.
And so the party passed through the gate with ease, with Momotaro leading the way. Here they met a great multitude of ogres who were all at the midst of merrymaking. When the drunken ogres noticed the intruders, they began to show fight. But Momotaro and his friends pressed still inwards and at last encountered the chief of the ogres, called Akondoji. Then came a tug of war. The pheasant pecked at the ogre's eyes, the monkey pounced and scratched them, and the dog bit their arms and legs. Akondoji made at Momotaro with an iron club, but Momotaro was ready for him
Wow.
and dodged him adroitly. At last they grappled each other, and without difficulty, Momotaro just crushed down Akondoji and tied him with a rope so tight that he could not even move. All this was done in a fair fight, and thanks to Momotaro and his friends having eaten the best millet dumplings in all of Japan, they had all the strength of 1,000 people and had all the ogres running for their lives.
Good.
All right. Now, completely overpowered, Akondoji, the chief of the ogres, said with tears in his eyes, "I promise we will never trouble human beings again, and we will return all the treasures we have ever taken from your village. But please spare our lives, I beseech you." "Out with your riches, then," said Momotaro, laughing. Having collected a pile of precious things, Momotaro took them and set out for home. He rejoiced as he marched bravely back, knowing that with the help of these 3 companions, to whom he attributed all his success, he had been able to easily accomplish this end.
Great was the joy of the old man and the old woman when Momotaro came back, as was the joy of all the people who had their riches returned to them.
Oh, I bet they were happy.
Of course. Momotaro put on a bountiful feast for everybody, told many stories of the adventure, displayed his riches, and at last became a leading man. A man of influence, very rich and honorable, a man to be very much congratulated indeed.
For sure.
Perfect story.
Wow. Very nice story.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Japan, for your lovely fairy tales.
Yeah, I'm just, you know what? If you still have ogres, I ain't coming.
Yeah. And make sure you eat your millet dumplings.
That's right.
Keep your strength up.
That's right.
Okay. Well, we hope you enjoyed our Japanese story, Momotaro. And we hope you will come back and watch other stories with Sam
Perfect.
and Sid.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.